this show has been made possible with the support of Bet365 affiliates for sports betting, casino, bingo, and poker.
Hello, my friends. Jay Todd here for APCW Perspectives, filming out on the Las Vegas Strip, if you couldn't tell. We got the road noise behind us, but that's okay. I wanted to give you the full experience of Las Vegas. Well, I mean, you can't get the full experience without the interesting aromas that I'm smelling, but you know, maybe that'll just make you come here to get the full experience. You know, over the past several weeks, we've spoken a lot about the UK Gambling Commission and rode them pretty hard, justifiably, and we're going to do that again in the second half of the show, them and the Advertising Standards Authority. But I wanted to start with the Dutch because it's almost as if the Dutch are trying to compete with the UKGC to see who can do the most asinine things consecutively. Over the past several months, the Dutch have investigated advertising practices. They've warned affiliates about not following regulations. They're considering a cross-operator bet and time limit on how long players can actually play. And they've warned operators over compliance issues. Now, my friends, they are considering loss limits. Yes, you heard what I said, loss limits. And I'm assuming that's going to be across multiple operators because that's just how they roll. Now, they did not say what the loss limit would be, but I am guessing by their verbiage in the article I read that it'll be somewhere between €1,000 a month and €3,000 a month. And where that is not just terrible, it's certainly not great for some of our higher roller type of players. Additionally, Dutch regulators are investigating self-exclusion failures. What's interesting about these is that they happened at land-based casinos. So follow me. Somebody decides to self-exclude, and then they walk into a casino and start playing. And after they play, they go home and report the casino. They got nothing better to do with their time but bitch about it. Now, don't get me wrong here. I think self-exclusion is great. If you got a problem, get yourself some self-exclusion. But, my goodness, the casinos should be checking everyone's ID. Yes, but is there just zero personal responsibility anymore? No one is responsible for a damn thing they do. That's the world we're living in. Plus, at the end of this month, there's going to be a Dutch ban on role model advertising. Okay, they are no longer going to allow anyone who's considered a role model to be in gambling advertisements because you might look up to them, they're gambling, and we can't have any of that. It could actually be beneficial for me because I could pick up some extra work doing advertising for casinos because no one has ever accused me of being a role model. And lastly, you want to hear something funny? After all of this, after all their griping and complaining and, investigating, the Dutch are actually criticizing the Belgian idea for a total ban on gambling ads by saying it's not necessary. Well, it might not be necessary for the Netherlands because they're castrating the entire industry. There won't be anything left to ban. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the UK Gambling Commission. Hello, friends. Welcome back. We're going to talk about the UK Advertising and Standards Authority in just a second. Up first, I wanted to mention that on our show from last week, I went after the UKGC because they had not published any guidelines for operators, even though they're making all these rules and cracking down. Well, before I came out to film, I saw that, in fact, they have published now some guidelines for operators, but I didn't have a chance to really look at it in depth. So I'm going to go home and do that, and maybe next week I'll have some information about it. Now, we're going to do something on this program that I've never done in the whole history of the show, and that is we're going to show an advertisement for a non-APCW sponsor. Here it is.
Thank you, Mrs. Peters.
With Paddy's Wonder Wheel, you get a free spin with a chance to win cash prizes every single day.
Do you think I'll end up looking like my mum?
I hope so.
So no matter how badly you stuff it up, you'll always get another chance with Paddy Power Games.
Okay, now, personally, I think that's freaking hilarious. And I know some of you out there are going to think maybe it's misogynistic. I don't know. There's a lot of commercials here in America that make men look like the most stupid, bumbling buffoons, and no one says boo. So if you take offense to that, well, all I can say is lighten up, Francis. It's not making women look stupid. If anything, it makes the man look like a dolt for not realizing what he was saying. The point is that the Advertising Standards Authority has banned that ad. Not because it makes women look bad, not because it makes women look bad, but because they say it makes gambling look like a priority. I can't make this shit up, people. Also, we said we're going to talk about the UKGC, so let's get into it. They've got more rules for operators. Maybe there's some clarification in whatever they just published. I don't know. But they want operators to stop marketing to players who spend significant portions of their discretionary income on gambling. But they didn't define what significant portions is, either in a number or a percentage. They also want operators to stop advertising to at-risk players. That's at-risk players. But, of course, they didn't define what the hell an at-risk player was, and so we're stuck with this game they're playing where they're going to be passing out fines and they're going to be, pulling ads down. But we still don't know really what the hell they want. And we know that when the Gambling Act is published, well, things are just going to get better, aren't they? Oh, all these years we wanted regulation, and now we've got them. You know what I think, seriously? I think years from now, there's going to be a documentary on History Channel or Discovery or whatever, and it's going to be about how to destroy an industry. And all they're going to have to do is go back and look at what the UKGC and all the other alphabet organizations in the United Kingdom have done to destroy the gambling industry. What's funny is that a few years from now, when advertising is a shell of what it was for the gambling industry, and the operators aren't doing as well, and some close, and the cost of licenses keeps going up, well, you're going to see all that tax revenue dry up. Who are they going to blame then? All these politicians that are pushing this stuff just to get some votes. I look forward to it. Mark my words. I'm about to get on an airplane and head home. I'll see you next week, God willing.